Not everyone who stands beside you is truly on your side. Life is filled with people who wear masks, pretending to be your biggest supporters while secretly working against you. They disguise their intentions with friendly words, fake smiles, and forced laughter, but behind closed doors their actions tell a different story. These people don't need to openly attack you to be dangerous. They operate in silence, subtly undermining your confidence and ambition. The hardest betrayal to detect is not the one that comes with a knife in the back. It's the one that comes with a reassuring hand on your shoulder. They stay close, not to help you rise, but to ensure you never climb higher than them. You won't notice it at first because their sabotage is not loud or obvious. It's quiet, strategic, and deliberate. They don't push you off the path to success. They gently guide you toward distractions and self-doubt. They make you question your dreams, your abilities, and even your worth. By the time you realize what's happening, they've already planted the seeds of failure deep within your mind. They don't celebrate your wins with genuine joy. They tolerate them with hidden resentment. When you accomplish something great, their congratulations feel forced, their smiles strained. Pay close attention to how people react to your success. True supporters will cheer for you even when it means you are rising above them. The ones who secretly wish for your downfall will remain silent or offer backhanded compliments. That's great, but like is their favorite phrase, always finding a way to diminish what you've achieved. They subtly shift the focus away from your accomplishments, making you feel like it's never enough. When you share exciting news, their energy feels off. They don't match your enthusiasm. Instead of encouraging you to dream bigger, they remind you of all the things that could go wrong. They plant doubts, making you second-guess your decisions. These are the people who don't want you to fail outright. They just don't want you to succeed beyond their level. A silent enemy is far more dangerous than an open one. When someone is openly against you, you can see their attacks coming. But when someone is pretending to support you while secretly hoping you fail, they can do damage without you ever realizing it. They are close enough to learn your weaknesses, to hear your fears, and to know your struggles. They don't expose them to help you grow. They use them against you when the time is right. They won't attack when you're strong. They wait until you're vulnerable. They pretend to care about your well-being, offering advice that seems helpful on the surface, but is actually designed to hold you back. They might tell you to take it slow when you're gaining momentum, or to be realistic when you're dreaming big. These words sound reasonable, but their true purpose is to plant hesitation in your mind. Sometimes their betrayal is not in what they say, but in what they don't. When you need support the most, they are conveniently absent. When you face challenges, they don't offer solutions or encouragement. Instead, they watch silently, waiting to see if you'll fall. They never extend a helping hand, even though they have the power to lift you up. Their silence during your struggles speaks louder than words. And when you finally succeed despite the obstacles, they are quick to downplay your efforts. They act as if your success was just luck or timing, never giving you credit for your hard work and persistence. Pay attention to who is there for you when you're struggling and who suddenly disappears. A real friend will stand beside you through both victories and defeats. A hidden enemy only shows up when they have something to gain. These people operate in the shadows, making it difficult to pinpoint their true intentions. They blend in so well that you might not even recognize their presence until it's too late. They don't need to physically harm you to be dangerous. Their weapon is their influence, their words, their calculated silence. They don't attack with fists, they attack with doubt. And the worst part? You trust them. You believe they have your best interests at heart. So you listen when they tell you to wait, to be careful, to reconsider. They don't push you toward failure, they simply steer you away from success. It's a slow process, a gradual manipulation that makes you feel like you're making your own choices, when in reality, they are guiding you exactly where they want you. They make you question your own instincts, your own decisions. When you feel inspired, they remind you of all the risks. When you feel confident, they subtly highlight your past failures. They act as if they are protecting you, but in reality, they are holding you back. Their goal is not to see you completely destroyed. That would be too obvious. Instead, they want you to remain stuck, never fully realizing your potential. They want you to keep doubting yourself, to keep seeking their approval, to keep relying on them for guidance. As long as you are unsure of yourself, they remain in control, and as long as you are below them, they feel safe. True enemies attack from the outside. False friends destroy you from within. They manipulate your emotions, make you feel guilty for wanting more, and convince you that your dreams are unrealistic. They keep you small by making you believe that growth is dangerous. But their greatest power lies in their ability to make you think that they are on your side. You never suspect them, because they wear the disguise of friendship, loyalty, and concern. But their concern is not for your well-being, it's for their own security. They don't want you to surpass them, to outgrow them, to succeed beyond their expectations. Because the moment you do, their power over you disappears. And that is their greatest fear. If someone always finds a way to dim your light, question their presence in your life. If someone never truly celebrates your victories, ask yourself why they are still around. The truth is, some people don't want to see you fail. They just don't want to see you win too much. They are comfortable with you being average, struggling, and settling for less. But the moment you start rising, the moment you start breaking free from limitations, their true colors begin to show. Watch how people react when you level up. Some will cheer, some will clap with hidden resentment, and some will go silent. And silence is sometimes the loudest betrayal of all. They don't attack you with fists or open threats. Instead, they use words, emotions, and manipulation to weaken you from the inside. They twist your thoughts, distort your reality, and make you question your own instincts. At first, it seems like they are just concerned for you. They say things like, "I just don't want you to get hurt," or "I'm only looking out for you." But behind those words is a hidden agenda. To keep you in a state of doubt and dependence. They want you confused, uncertain, and always second-guessing yourself. Because as long as you rely on them for validation, they remain in control. They don't need to tell you to fail. They simply make sure you never feel confident enough to succeed. They plant small seeds of fear in your mind and water them with their fake concern. The more you listen to them, the more you start believing their lies. They gaslight you, making you doubt your own perception of events. They will tell you that you're overreacting when you call them out on their behavior. If you catch them being dishonest, they flip the story and make you feel like you misunderstood. They never take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they shift the blame onto you. They will tell you that you're too sensitive, too emotional, or imagining things. Over time, this constant manipulation wears you down. You start questioning yourself. Maybe they're right. Maybe you are overreacting. Maybe you are being too harsh. And that's exactly what they want. They want you to stop trusting yourself, so that you rely on their version of reality. The more confused and uncertain you become, the easier you are to control. They pretend to be your support system, but in reality, they are your biggest obstacle. Whenever you take a step forward, they find a way to pull you 2 steps back. They disguise their sabotage as guidance, acting like they have your best interests at heart. "Are you sure this is the right move?" they'll ask, making you doubt your own decisions. If you're excited about a new opportunity, they'll remind you of all the things that could go wrong. When you start believing in yourself, they subtly remind you of your past failures. And when you finally gather the courage to take a risk, they plant just enough fear to make you hesitate. They don't stop you outright. They let you stop yourself. That way, you don't blame them for holding you back. You blame yourself for not trying harder. They create a cycle of emotional dependency. One moment, they act like your biggest supporter, and the next, they tear you down. They keep you constantly seeking their approval, making you feel like you need their validation to move forward. They might compliment you today, only to criticize you tomorrow. They might build you up just enough to keep you hopeful, then suddenly knock you down to remind you who's really in control. This emotional roller coaster keeps you attached to them, always trying to please them, always trying to prove yourself. And the more you seek their approval, the more power they have over you. They make you feel like you need them, but the truth is they need you to stay weak so they can remain strong. They make sure you never feel truly secure. No matter how much progress you make, they will always find a way to make you feel like it's not enough. If you accomplish something great, they'll shift the conversation to something else. If you express confidence in yourself, they'll find a way to humble you. If you are proud of your achievements, they'll remind you of someone who has done better. They don't want you to feel powerful. They want you to feel small, because the moment you realize your own strength, you won't need them anymore. And that is their greatest fear. They need you to stay dependent on their opinions, their validation, and their presence in your life. They need you to believe that without them, you won't succeed. They disguise their control as love, care, and concern. They say they only want what's best for you, but their actions prove otherwise. If someone truly wants the best for you, they will encourage your growth, not stifle it. They will celebrate your victories, not downplay them. They will push you towards success, not pull you towards self-doubt. But manipulators don't want you to grow. They want you to stay exactly where you are. They pretend to be looking out for you while secretly keeping you trapped. They make you feel guilty for wanting more, as if your ambition is a betrayal to them. They act as if your success takes something away from them, when in reality, they just fear losing their grip on you. They create unnecessary drama to keep you distracted. Whenever you are focused on your goals, they suddenly have a crisis that demands your attention. Just when you are about to make a breakthrough, they find a way to pull you back into their chaos. They need to keep you emotionally drained so that you don't have the energy to chase your dreams. They thrive on conflict, manipulation, and control, and the more involved you become in their drama, the less time you have to focus on yourself. It's a calculated move. Keep you emotionally occupied so that you never have the clarity to see the truth. The truth that they are not your friend, not your supporter, but your biggest enemy in disguise. They are never happy when you prioritize yourself. The moment you start setting boundaries, they accuse you of being selfish. When you choose to focus on your growth, they act like you're abandoning them. They guilt-trip you into staying in toxic cycles, making you feel like you owe them something. But you don't owe anyone your peace, your success, or your happiness. People who truly love you will never make you feel guilty for choosing yourself. They will never try to control you through fear, manipulation, or guilt. Real love supports, empowers, and uplifts. Anything else is just disguised control. The moment you recognize the difference, you take back your power. They are not in your life by accident. They are there because they saw your potential before you did, and they feared it. They knew that if you ever realized how powerful you truly are, you would leave them behind. They saw your light, and instead of celebrating it, they try to dim it. They are trying to help you. They are trying to hold you back. They know that once you step into your full potential, you will see them for who they really are. And once you do, they will no longer have a place in your life. That's why they manipulate, control, and play mind games. Because as long as you are unsure of yourself, they can keep you exactly where they want you. Their greatest weapon is your own doubt. The moment you stop doubting yourself, their power over you disappears. They are terrified of the day you realize that you don't need them, that you are always strong enough on your own. Because once you see the truth, there's no going back. You start making decisions for yourself, trusting your instincts and cutting off anyone who tries to control you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop seeking approval from people who never wanted the best for you. You stop allowing manipulation to dictate your life. And that's when you truly become unstoppable. The moment you reclaim your confidence, you break free from their grip forever. They never support your growth, and that is no coincidence. The moment you decide to elevate your life, they find ways to pull you back down. They don't tell you outright that they want you to fail, but their actions reveal their true intentions. When you talk about your goals, they act uninterested or change the subject. If you achieve something, they make it seem small or insignificant. They don't clap when you win because deep down, your success feels like their loss. They measure their worth by comparison, and seeing you grow reminds them of their own stagnation. They don't want to admit it, but they fear your progress because it exposes their lack of ambition. Instead of improving themselves, they focus on keeping you from moving forward. They don't want you to realize that you can outgrow them, so they subtly try to make you doubt yourself. They mock your ambitions, disguising their jealousy as jokes or playful teasing. They laugh when you talk about your dreams, making you feel silly for believing in yourself. If you tell them about a new opportunity, they roll their eyes or respond with sarcasm. They make comments like, "Oh, you really think that's going to work?" Or "Good luck with that." But the tone in their voice carries a different message. They want to plant insecurity in your mind, making you question if your dreams are realistic. But the truth is, they are only trying to protect their own ego. If you succeed, it forces them to confront their own lack of effort. They would rather see you fail than face the reality that they never even tried. Their mockery is not a reflection of your potential, it's a reflection of their fear. They find ways to distract you, steering you away from what truly matters. Whenever you get serious about your goals, they suddenly appear with temptations and time-wasting activities. They invite you to meaningless outings when they know you should be working. They encourage you to procrastinate, telling you to relax and enjoy life instead of grinding for your future. If you try to set boundaries, they accuse you of changing or acting too serious. They don't want you to be focused because a focused person is dangerous. A focused person reaches success, and that's the last thing they want to see. So, they flood your life with unnecessary drama, pointless arguments, and distractions that keep you from making progress. Every time you try to move forward, they pull you into something that slows you down. They introduce bad habits into your life, knowing that these habits will keep you stuck. They encourage laziness, negativity, and excuses because they know these things will weaken your drive. If they see you working hard, they pressure you to take a break, go out, or indulge in behaviors that don't align with your goals. They might say, "Come on, just this once," but they don't mean it. They want to create a cycle where you continuously step away from your purpose. They understand that success is built on consistency, and their goal is to break that consistency. If they can get you to skip one day, they know it will be easier for you to skip another. Before you know it, your momentum is gone, and you're right back where you started. And that's exactly where they want you. They never genuinely celebrate your progress. When you accomplish something great, they find ways to downplay it. Instead of congratulating you, they compare you to someone who has done better. They act as if your achievement is no big deal, or they shift the conversation to themselves. If they do acknowledge your success, their compliments feel empty and forced. They don't want you to feel proud of yourself, because confidence leads to more success. Instead, they try to make you feel like your progress is insignificant so that you lose motivation. They want you to stay in a state of doubt, never fully believing in yourself, because once you truly recognize your worth, you won't tolerate their negativity anymore. And they know that once you outgrow them mentally, you will eventually outgrow them completely. They pretend to offer advice, but their advice is designed to hold you back. Whenever you take a step toward your dreams, they suddenly have concerns. They tell you to be careful, to wait, to think twice before making a move. They act as if they are looking out for you, but their words are filled with fear, not wisdom. They highlight every possible failure, every risk, every obstacle, making your path seem impossible. They want you to be afraid because fear leads to hesitation, and hesitation leads to inaction. If they can keep you in a state of constant doubt, they never have to worry about you leaving them behind. They are not guiding you towards success, they are keeping you trapped in mediocrity. They always have an excuse for why they can't support you. When you need them, they are suddenly too busy, too tired, or too distracted. But if you fail, they are the first to show up with, "I told you so." Their absence in your moments of growth and their presence in your moments of struggle are not coincidences. They are watching from the sidelines, hoping you will stumble so they can reaffirm their own beliefs. They don't want you to prove them wrong, because that would mean admitting that they were never truly on your side. So, they wait for you to fail, ready to remind you why you should have never tried in the first place. But their words are not wisdom. They are just projections of their own fears. They secretly hope you give up. They might never say it out loud, but deep down they are waiting for the day you quit. Every setback you face brings them quiet satisfaction because it validates their belief that you were never meant to succeed. They act like they care, but their energy tells a different story. If you were to give up today, they wouldn't be sad. They would be relieved. Because as long as you keep pushing forward, you are a reminder of everything they refuse to do. Your determination exposes their laziness. Your ambition makes their excuses look weak. Your progress highlights their stagnation, and that's why they want to see you fail. Not because they hate you, but because your success forces them to face their own reality. They disguise their jealousy as concern, their negativity as wisdom, and their sabotage as love. They are not your friends, your supporters, or your well-wishers. They are obstacles in disguise, placed in your path to test your resilience. They do not want you to rise because your rise means their fall. They have built their entire self-worth on being above you, and the moment you surpass them, they lose their identity. Their only power comes from keeping you small, uncertain, and afraid. But the moment you recognize their tactics, their power over you disappears. You start seeing through their fake support, their disguised discouragement, and their carefully crafted manipulation. You realize that their words were never meant to help you. They were meant to control you, and once you see the truth, there is no going back. They do not attack you with weapons or open threats, but with subtle actions that poison your mind over time. Their approach is slow and calculated, never obvious enough to make you suspect them immediately. They act as if they are your closest allies, yet every interaction leaves you feeling drained, insecure, or doubtful. They chip away at your confidence piece by piece, making you believe that your success is either impossible or undeserved. They plant doubt so subtly that you think these fears are your own. They want you to lose faith in yourself, to believe that your goals are too big, your dreams too unrealistic. Their words are carefully chosen to keep you stagnant, locked in a cycle of hesitation and self-doubt. And as long as you hesitate, they remain in control. Because the moment you step into your true potential, their grip on you disappears. They take pleasure in your failures, even if they pretend to sympathize. Watch their reactions when you face setbacks. Do they offer genuine support, Or do they say things like, "I knew this would happen," or "Maybe this isn't meant for you"? They may disguise their satisfaction behind fake concern, but their energy betrays them. They don't truly want you to bounce back. They want you to stay down. If you express disappointment, they don't encourage you to try again. Instead, they subtly reinforce your doubts, making you feel like quitting is the best option. Their goal is to break your spirit, to convince you that success is out of reach. Because as long as you believe that, they never have to worry about you rising above them. Your failures make them feel safe, while your victories make them feel threatened. They pretend to support you in public, but their actions behind closed doors tell a different story. When others praise you, they force a smile, but their compliments lack sincerity. If they do acknowledge your success, it is often followed by a reminder of your past struggles. "You've come a long way," they say, but the tone carries an undertone of disbelief, as if your growth was unexpected. They want to remind you of who you used to be, as if your past defines you. But true support does not come with hidden insults or subtle reminders of past failures. True supporters celebrate your wins without conditions, without comparisons, without backhanded compliments. If someone cannot be genuinely happy for you, it is because your success makes them uncomfortable. And that discomfort is a reflection of their own insecurities, not yours. They create unnecessary conflicts to keep you emotionally drained and distracted. Every time you make progress, they find a way to pull you into drama that has nothing to do with you. They suddenly have problems that demand your attention, pulling you away from your goals. They want you emotionally exhausted because a tired mind is easier to manipulate. When you are drained, you don't have the energy to focus on your growth. Instead, you find yourself caught in their chaos, solving problems that were never yours to begin with. It is not an accident, it is a strategy. They do not want you to have the mental clarity to see through their deception. So they keep you busy, overwhelmed, and emotionally invested in things that do not serve you, because the more distracted you are, the less likely you are to notice their true intentions. They use guilt as a weapon, making you feel selfish for prioritizing yourself. When you start focusing on your growth, they accuse you of neglecting them. If you set boundaries, they act as if you are abandoning them. They remind you of everything they have done for you, making you feel like you owe them something. But true love, true friendship, and true support do not come with conditions. You do not owe anyone your time, your energy, or your success. People who genuinely care for you will encourage your growth, not punish you for it. If someone makes you feel guilty for wanting more out of life, it is because they fear being left behind. But growth requires movement, and sometimes that movement means leaving behind those who refuse to grow with you. They take advantage of your kindness, knowing that you will always give them another chance. Every time they betray you, they find a way to justify it. They apologize just enough to keep you from walking away, but they never truly change. They know exactly what to say to make you doubt yourself, to make you believe that things will be different this time. But patterns do not lie. If someone consistently belittles you, doubts you, or undermines your success, it is not a mistake. It is a choice. And as long as you allow it, they will continue. They do not respect you. They simply rely on your inability to let go. But there comes a point where forgiveness becomes permission. The longer you allow toxic people to remain in your life, the more power they have over you. They fear your independence because the moment you stop needing them, they lose control over you. That is why they try so hard to make you feel weak, incapable, or unworthy. They want you to believe that you cannot succeed without them, that you need their approval, their guidance, their validation. But the truth is, you never needed them. You were always capable, always strong enough, always worthy. They just convinced you otherwise because it benefited them. But once you recognize your own strength, their manipulation loses its power. You start making decisions for yourself, trusting your instincts, and prioritizing your own happiness. And that terrifies them, because the moment you take control of your life, they become irrelevant. They do not celebrate you because your success reminds them of everything they are not. When you rise, they feel exposed. They are forced to face their own lack of ambition, their own unwillingness to change. Instead of using your success as inspiration, they see it as a threat. They would rather see you struggle than admit that they could have done more with their own lives. Their jealousy is not about you, it is about them. It is about their regrets, their missed opportunities, their refusal to grow. And instead of working on themselves, they project their insecurities onto you. But their opinions, their doubts, and their fears do not define you. The only thing that matters is what you choose to believe about yourself. They wanted you to stay small, to doubt yourself, to remain stuck in the same cycles. But you were never meant to live in the shadows of someone else's insecurities. You were meant to rise, to grow, to become everything they said you couldn't be. And no amount of manipulation, jealousy, or hidden sabotage can stop you once you decide to take control of your own destiny. Because once you recognize who they are and what they have been doing, you gain the power to break free. You realize that their doubts are not your doubts, their fears are not your fears, and their limitations do not apply to you. And once you let go of their influence, there is nothing left to hold you back.